Hello, my name is Douglas Hunnings, and I am a former 4th and 6th grade teacher.
And my name is Lynette Kovacs, and I'm a former 4th grade and 1st grade teacher.
And we are here at Ethos Innovation Center, and we want to share a really cool resource that we believe will help your teachers and students.
We have listened to teachers and students' needs, and we have created what we think is a fantastic new curriculum. It is called GLC, and that stands for
Grade Level Certified Curriculum. It is a resource that will help ensure that all the science standards are taught.
And not just the science standards, but the new science standards.
Yes. Teachers have asked and told us, we don't have enough time, and how can we teach and fit everything into our day? Well, the GLC, the way it's written, it's STEM simplified, easy to follow, and it's flexible to help teachers be able to teach everything in the time that they have.
So we're going to walk you through some of the main components of our GLC program. We're going to start with the teacher book, and you will notice you will see full color pictures of all the labs featured in this particular unit. As we get into the unit, we have our summary page, which features the standard, a little explanation about the standard, a list of materials that will be used in that lab lesson, some tips and tricks to help teachers feel more confident and comfortable when they are teaching the lesson, and we also include a Literacy Connect.
I love the Literacy Connect because that's a way to integrate the language arts into the science. Something else that teachers asked for was, how can I help integrate, again, with the time, but really to help students see the value and meaning? Yes. We've provided either a picture book or a nonfiction text written by us here at Ethos to help that integration piece occur.
Our lab lessons follow a Learn, Play, Connect format. So if they're doing a learn, they might be learning vocabulary words, they're having a discussion, they're reading the book and talking about some of the key points.
The play would involve actively building different tools, doing a game, having that discussion, really playing with the materials to help learn the science concepts, bringing that experience to life.
The hands-on learning is part of the play. And what I really love about our program is there's a lot of flexibility. So you can do part of the learn on one day, you can do the play the next day. There's a lot of flexibility to work with your unique schedule because not everybody has the same teaching schedule. Depending on how your day is set up, you can have that flexibility with our program.
Some of the labs will start with the learn and some will start with the play. So again, it depends on the subject, but also depends on the teacher's schedule.
And when you get to this page in your teacher book, it has a yellow border, and this signifies that you have come to a
data notebook. Each of the students will receive a data notebook, and they use this throughout the different labs in the unit to help them understand the concepts. What I love about this sheet in the teacher's guide, again, the yellow border to signal to me that I need to use the data sheet, but it's full page and exactly like it would be in the student data notebook. When I would use this in the class when I was helping teachers, I would tell students, this is my data notebook just like yours. My page should look like your page. Gets the students excited because they're like, I have a data notebook like my teacher.
And a really cool thing about having a data notebook is that you do not have to make copies. Another thing that teachers have asked for is less copy making. So this way you know you are always prepared to teach that lesson and your copies are included in the data notebook.
Not only are there no copies, but it's full color. I love that.
As we continue through the teacher book, we come to this page that has a green border. This is our graphic instructional guide, or the GIG. And the GIG gives you step-by-step directions on how to complete the lab lessons. In addition to pictures and numbered steps, we also have some words to help give additional directions and label materials that students will be using in the lab. So this is another way that we stand out from other curriculums in the past.
All students will receive the GIG, and this is also a great way to help differentiate because that was another thing teachers asked, how do I help meet the needs of all my students with the science? The GIG is a tool to help all students.
Continuing on, we come to a section that we know as our Connect. As we mentioned, we are Learn, Play, Connect. And in this part, we give a way that you can make connections to the outside world, to real life, to jobs, careers, to other areas in your building, art, gym class, so students understand how they can apply what they've learned to other areas and to real life.
It really helps bring that why behind why we are learning and doing the different labs. We also want to show that in the student data notebook at the end, you will notice a blue border. This is what we call our What Have I Learned, which would be the assessments. We can use it as a checkpoint at the end of the lab, but then once we have taught the entire unit, the students will receive a What Have I Learned book, and this is used as a end of the unit checkpoint to ensure that our students are learning the standards. Once we have given the assessment, if there are students that need to re-explore or go through the lesson again, go back to our GLC Connect page and we have information there. If we need to extend or help students learn more about the content, we provide information in our Innovate on the GLC Connections page.
We also have ways to re-explore, to reteach, and go over some of those concepts for a second time around. And what I really love about our data notebook and the What Have I Learned, students get to take those, and they get to take those home and share those with family and friends when they are done.
This is their book, so they take the ownership, and it shows that they're excited to be able to go and share with their family what they've done. And like we said at the conferences, this is a way for students to show what have I learned and be proud of the learning and really show the joy behind the science.
Let's talk for a minute about the materials. So the materials are packed in a way that's easy for teachers to use. I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of one of our sample labs. So this is how a lab will come packed. All of the materials you need for one lab lesson will be packed in this packaging. And so all you have to do is find your bag, take your materials out, and you are ready to go and teach your hands-on science lesson.
Teachers mentioned that it's very overwhelming to organize the materials. We listened at Ethos and organized them by lab. Something else we want to mention, at the end of the teacher's guide, we have what we call the appendix. And this would be information for administrators and other people who need to see the three-dimensional learning that is occurring in all of our labs. We have this as a gray border at the end of the teacher's guide.
So we are so excited to present this new curriculum to you. We are excited because it's going to bring joy back into learning and bring hands-on learning back into the classroom.
We feel this is a great way to connect not only to the other subjects, but to connect our students to their family, to the community. GLC is, I wish I had this in the classroom.
Me too.
I mean, I love science, but this helps me fall in love with science all over again.
Yes.
So with GLC, teachers asked, and here at Ethos, we listened.
So here's our simplified curriculum. We are so excited to share it with you. Thank you for your time today.